Am I the asshole for saying I'd call the police if a family heirloom wasn't returned to my adopted daughter? On mobile, and I've never posted here before, so sorry in advance. I, 28 female, met my husband X, 30 male, 10 years ago. At the time, he was a single dad to a 6-mo baby girl, Lily, 11 female. I worked at the bakery he'd stop at every Saturday before their walk, and eventually we started going out. We got married 6 years ago, and I legally adopted Lily soon after that. In my family, it's a tradition that the oldest daughter gets gifted an old sapphire ring on her 11th birthday. The ring belonged to my grandmother, who gave it to my aunt, who gave it to me because all of my cousins are male. Lily's 11th birthday was a few months ago, and I gave the ring to her because she's my oldest daughter. She loves that ring more than anything. She put it on a chain to wear around her neck so that she could keep better track of it, and in the months that she's had it, I've never seen her take it off. My sister Mia, 24 female, is one of Lily's favorite people. Lily really loves her aunt, and sometimes Mia will just text to let me and X know that she's picking Lily up from school to go eat or go to the bookstore or something like that. The other day, I got one of those texts from Mia, so I just told her to be safe, have fun, and make sure my daughter came home at a decent time because it was a school night. Lily got home about an hour after we had dinner, and she barely said hello to her dad or me before she went up to her room. I thought that maybe she was just tired, so he and I didn't immediately ask her what was going on, but later that night I went to go check on her because I wanted to be sure. When I walked into her room I saw that she had been crying. I asked her what was wrong, and it took a minute, but she eventually told me that Mia took the ring from her because it's a family heirloom that's supposed to go to the actual oldest daughter, and because I adopted her, that means she isn't really family. The only reason I didn't go to Mia's apartment that night to get it back was because I spent the rest of the evening reassuring Lily that she is my family, and she is 100% my actual oldest daughter no matter what our DNA is or what anyone else says. I left Mia a voicemail the next morning telling her to return the ring before I drive over there and get it myself. She texted saying she would only give it to me if I had a daughter before she did, but until then she'd keep it safe to make sure I didn't give it back to the wrong person. So then I told her that if she didn't return the ring by 2 p.m. that day, I would be calling the police and reporting it stolen. She started texting like crazy, saying I was being ridiculous and doing too much. Our mom is in on it now too, and she thinks saying I'd contact the police was taking it too far, and that Mia was only trying to keep to the family tradition. Not the asshole, she took a birthday gift from your child and then told that child that she wasn't really family. Your sister is lucky that all you did was say you'd call the cops. I'd be very concerned what other things fun aunt was saying or doing all those other times now. Yep, I'd be concerned too. I'd be canceling all future playdates with the fun aunt, although another F word does come to mind. Yeah, and putting a block on her picking Lily up from school for the foreseeable future. Like, she's already engaged in theft and bullying toward this child. What if she decides to go full crazy and hurt Lily? Not the asshole, call the cops on her. And then never ever let mom or aunt have contact with Lily or you again. Yeah, heirloom or not, she stole valuable from your child. Save messages and go to the police to file report. She herself destroyed your relationship, so feel zero git. She will steal more if you let her, and I will be suspicious that she have done it already. Also remember, you are protecting your child, she cannot be trusted with her now. She may do something else to her in the future. Do not accept this. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Call the cops to escort you to take it back, and on top of that remove her from the pickup list and keep her away from your daughter. If she truly loved Lily she wouldn't do that to her. The sister and mom are truly horrible people. What kind of adult says and does the things they did to this child who has been a part of their family since she was 6 months old? They need to have zero contact with Lily. They have proved what evil they are capable of and cannot be trusted to not inflict more emotional damage and pain. Something similar happened to me as an adoptee by an adult. And now that I'm an adult I really think you have to be a special kind of asshole, insecure, to hurt a child on such a psychological level. The adult I dealt with was much older than I am now, and being like 10 to 15 years younger than she was at the time, I couldn't comprehend doing that to an innocent child. Not the asshole, file that police report. It's not your sister's place to determine who your eldest daughter is or isn't. And go no contact. This grown-ass woman went out of her way to teach a child that she isn't part of their family. She's not really their daughter. And why? So she could steal from her. Not the asshole, but protect your daughter's mental health. She doesn't need to try to cultivate a loving relationship with someone who will never consider her family. Of course, criminals aren't going to encourage you to call the police. Your mother apparently has no morals if theft is okay. Mia, as the gross and disgusting fake, was just manipulating your daughter to steal that ring. You really do need to go full force so your daughter knows you're not half-hearted about returning this treasure. Show them what happens when they steal from and emotionally abuse your kid. Not the asshole. For me it's that last bit that really sells it. She stole. Yeah, that's wrong. But she caused real trauma in that child. This is basically every adopted child's worst fear, not being real family or not being wanted. If you have to protect this girl from one thing, it is this. My heart breaks for Lily. To think that your mom and sister are treating her this was beyond disgusting and reprehensible. You are an awesome mom to Lily, and your sister is a sad person. I say call the police and file a report. Once you get it back, cut all ties with your family. You are far from being the asshole. I'm sure Reddit will not only be on your side but create an army to go get that ring back for that sweet baby if yours. Your sister and mom are the true Oz. Why is your mom defending her? Not the asshole. Call the police and let us know how it went. We need an update when you are able. Original poster. Best of luck to ya. Not the asshole. Do you know what they call an adopted daughter? A daughter. Besides that, the ring was your property that you decided to give to Lily. Even if she weren't your daughter, which she is, you can give your ring to whoever you wish. In this case, Lily. Nothing gives Mia the right to take the ring. It was your property and is now Lily's. She stole the ring. You call the cops on thieves. In ta. This. Putting an adjective, adopted, in front of a word, daughter, does not change the meaning of the word. Not the asshole. This is theft and extortion. Add in emotional abuse on a kids too. Yeah, that's a level of betrayal that I can't imagine going through. Not the asshole. Original poster. That's your baby girl and no one gets to tell her that she's not real family. Not the asshole. You took the right steps. This is a family heirloom and your adopted daughter is your family and their family. End of story. And to take the ring from a young child after saying they aren't really family, now you told them to give it back, they didn't, you had the right to escalate it. I'd also make sure they give you back the real ring and not just one that looks enough like it or a fake. Some people are really too petty. Not the asshole. Firstly, good on you for doing the right thing. I can't tell you how many times stepparents treat their children differently, even after adopting them, and it's absolutely heartbreaking to constantly read those stories about how differently they treat their non-biological children. And my heart absolutely breaks for poor Lily. Her relationship with her aunt will absolutely never be the same. And you're really going to need to consider going low or no contact with your sister at this point forward, because she's made it clear how she really feels about Lily, and this is just going to get worse now that she's going to be bitter about the jewelry. I'm truly sorry you're both going through this. But the only asshole here is your sister, and never let her try to convince you that you did anything wrong here. Oh, and your mother's a bit of an asshole too. She's lucky you didn't have her arrested. Not the asshole. Oh, hell no. Mia did steal the ring, because it had been gifted to you, and it was not ever meant to be in her possession. Shame on your mother for not honoring the family tradition. You do have a daughter, and that ring is rightfully hers. I would tell Mia and your mother, both, that if she does not return the ring by the deadline, not only will you contact police but you will file a report against her. How dare she do that to the niece who loved her so much?